Hey, this is Kira. Some of you may know me as Lady Death Touch on Instagram, and today I'm going to show you my draft deck from last Friday. We drafted Ravnica Legions at Game Depot in Arizona, and I actually managed to win 2 out of the 3 Swisses, so I feel like that was good. And so I'm going to show you a couple of my favorite cards from that deck. To start, Footlight Fiend, 1 red, 1 black, either or, and it's a 1/1 that does damage when it dies. It prevents people from blocking you early on. You know, obviously it's an easy 1/1 drop that gets you points while people, you know, scramble to get cards on the board. And it's got good synergy for something I'm going to show you in just a couple seconds. And then Thirsting Shade, also 1/1 for 1. It has lifelink, and then you can pump it for 1/1. And again, early on you can drop it on the first turn. You can build up life early on. You can eventually pump it, make it a 2/2, build more life, kill 2/2 creatures, so on and so forth. Pretty straightforward. The card that I haven't seen it before until this draft, and it kind of ended up fueling the direction, you know, where I went with all the cards. So Priest of Forgotten Gods. It's a 1/2 for 2. You can tap it, sack 2 of your cards, which these are 2 that you can do that with, and essentially do 2 damage to any of the target players, and then they sack a creature. And then at the same time you add 2 black mana and draw a card. So obviously there's a lot of things going on there. You get to have card draw, you get to ramp your mana up, and then you do damage. And then at the same time, for me, I found that the benefit a lot of the times was getting rid of bigger or more powerful creatures that I couldn't get rid of myself, you know, with my other cards. So I found that was really beneficial. Another card that's really good on the lower end is Orzhov Enforcer. 1/2 for 2. It has Death Touch and Afterlife. And so at first it's great for removal, you know, in the battle. And it's an easy 1/2. And then when it dies, you get a 1/1 spirit creature token with flying. So you have that flying element for defense if you need, or for offense if someone doesn't have a flyer. And if all else fails, you can use it to sack and activate these. Another benefit of cards that are doing damage easily is activating the spectacle cost. So I think I only have 2 that had spectacle in this deck, but I like to use that option as much as I can. Light Up the Stage has been noticeably popular, I'd say, and I like this one because for 1, you get to flip the top 2 cards of your library, and then, you know, if you have the mana, you can play 2 extra cards that you didn't otherwise have, and if not, you can do it the next round. No big deal. Another one is Spike Wheel Acrobat. It's a 5/2. It's just intimidating. Like, yeah, it can die easily, but it prevents a lot of people from attacking when they otherwise would, because the 5/2 is obviously powerful at well, I wouldn't say removal, but it offers a lot of damage. I like to use as a backup, it's an instant, Blade Brand. It's for 2. It gives target creature Death Touch, and then you draw a card. It's good for drawing a card. What? Oh, okay. Sorry. It's good for drawing cards, and it gives you Death Touch. So, I mean, you can. It's a really good one for surprise attack, you know, and I like to do that because I keep my creatures kind of low in a lot of cases, especially with red-black, mono red, etc., just to keep things moving really quickly, and that just helps me get rid of big players, 5/5s, 5/4s, flyers, whatever. One that I like a little bit, like mid-game, is Rakdos Firewheeler. 2 red, 2 black, 4/3. When it enters the battlefield, it does 2 damage to target opponent and 2 damage to up to 1 target creature or planeswalker. Obviously, 2 to your face, really good. 2 to a creature. You can get rid of a lot of creatures that way, especially in draft. But considering the coming meta that's about to change, the Planeswalker thing is really, really beneficial. And I think this is going to be a good card for the next year, coming future, I guess. Another one I like to use is Civil Stalwart. Forgive me. It's a 3/3 for 3, and then when it enters, all your other creatures get 1/1 till the end of turn. It's a good one to just sneak in. You've built up your battlefield and you're ready to just hit hard. I think that's a good one to just kind of either level the playing field or be your win condition sometimes. And then, I mean, I'll lay out the rest of my cards for you. Those are kind of the ones that pushed me in the direction that I went that day, and I'd say it did pretty well. And you know, obviously there are things that I would probably have switched out, but I don't know, I'm learning. This is real, just so everybody knows. I am literally, I'm getting a little tipsy. Thank you for tuning in, watching. I don't give a shit. Just, I appreciate you guys sticking it out to the end of this, and I hope you'll stay tuned to the next one, maybe next week.